Alright, quick news update. So recently Uganda has uncovered a massive pot of gold basically built in their backyard. So this has not been officially 100% confirmed yet. Obviously it would be hard to confirm the approximate number of gold that is underneath the earth, but nonetheless Uganda could be sitting on 320,000 metric tons of refined gold valued at 12.8 trillion. Now, I don't keep up with the market cap of gold, but nonetheless, if we take a simple Google search, you can see the estimated market cap of gold at this moment in time is 11.6 trillion, meaning that if this is true, and Uganda have 320,000 metric tons of refined gold valued at 12.8 trillion, that would mean that the supply of gold has over doubled overnight, which is insane. And why is this bullish news for Bitcoin? Well, as we all know, Bitcoin is, a lot of people call it a store of value, a lot of people call it a cryptocurrency, or a currency rather. I really don't think that we should just stick one label on Bitcoin, because I don't think it makes sense. For example, it doesn't make sense to call the internet the printing press 2.0. It's got a lot more use cases than a simple news press, and subsequently it shouldn't be called a newspaper 2.0. And I feel the same about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not gold 2.0. It is not a currency per se. It is a digital bank in cyberspace that can do all of the above. So to call Bitcoin gold 2.0 is basically a spit in the face. Don't call Bitcoin gold 2.0. It is so much more than a shiny rock. But nonetheless, as we all know, people like Peter Schiff say, Bitcoin isn't scarce, gold is scarce because there's a fixed supply of gold and there's only so much gold. But if this is true, then the supply of gold has over doubled. Now, once again, this is kind of he, she, he say, but at this moment in time, the entire stock of gold is round about 200,000 tons in above ground gold that exists in the entire world. So that does not include the underneath the ground gold that has not been mined at this moment in time. There's obviously going to be a lot more of that. But at this moment in time, like I said, this is more than a double of the stock of gold at this moment in time, and subsequently this should massively plummet the price of gold if Uganda does, and I imagine they will, because why wouldn't they? If Uganda does dig up this massive pile of 320,000 metric tons of gold, this should absolutely tank the price. Now, there's a couple of different ways to look at this. You can say that yes, this might tank the price, but then again, gold is very, very manipulated, and we know this because banks, big companies, they don't buy the underlying asset of gold, or some of them do, but a lot of them buy gold ETFs, gold derivatives and gold futures, which aren't necessarily backed by physical gold. They are simply a future that tracks the price of gold. So subsequently, you could buy 10 billion worth of a ETF on gold, and if it's not backed by the underlying asset and it just follows the price, then it wouldn't affect the price. So I imagine potentially banks would not want the price to dip this low. They might want to dip this. They might want it to dip this low so they can buy cheap, but we will have to see how this pans out. But nonetheless, no matter how this does pan out, this is another W for Bitcoin and another middle finger up to gold as a store of value. That's all I've got for today. Very interesting discovery. I will keep you updated if there is any more updates on this, if this is proved to be factual or if this is just an exaggeration. As once again, I would like to emphasize, this has not been approved by a credible enough source at this moment in time. That's all I've got for you today. As always, not financial advice. Calway out. Peace.